Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and welcome back to an epic siege battle in Medieval 2 Total War. In today's battle, the English and Scots must put aside their differences and unite in the defense of Britain. The powerful King of Spain and his Sicilian ally have invaded Britain with the intent on a full conquest of the British Isles. Knowing that the fall of England will likely lead to their demise as well, the Scottish have gathered an army to assist the English in their defense. For if the battle is lost, there will be nothing to stop the Spanish from conquering the whole of Britain. Let's begin the army comps by taking a look at the attacking armies first, and we'll begin with the Kingdom of Spain, commanded by Gandolfino, and he has quite a few siege towers at his disposal, but looks like he only is using 3 of them so far, but he has dismounted chivalric knights on each of the siege towers, so he has 3 on the towers there, and he also has a 4th one held in reserve. Well, that is not all of the infantry that Spain has brought. We also have 7 units of the dismounted conquistadors. These guys are powerful. I remember these guys from my Medieval 2 days, and they are going to do a lot of work in this attack or assault, so we'll keep an eye on those conquistadors. That's the main meat of the Spanish army. Looking at the ranged units, we have 2 units of Pavese crossbowmen and 2 units of peasant archers. For the cavalry, we have 2 units of the chivalric knights, and then we have the general's bodyguard as well. And I believe the general is on the end here. Yes, he is. We also have a Ribault artillery piece held in reserve, and way up in the front we have a catapult as well. So that rounds out the Spanish forces, so let's go ahead and take a look at his ally. The next attacking army on the battlefield today is the Kingdom of Sicily, commanded by Shark, and in the front lines he has 4 units of the staple Italian Pavese crossbowmen. For his melee infantry, he has 5 units of dismounted Norman knights, very heavily armored Norman knights there. On the ends, he has 2 units of armored sergeants. For his cavalry, he's brought 2 units of chivalric knights. We've also got 2 units of Muslim archers held in reserve with 2 units of pike militia. And then his general is a Hospitaller Knight unit, but I believe that the general is on this end here. And if you guys have noticed, in contrast to the Spanish player, he actually doesn't have any siege towers whatsoever. So that's probably why he has brought 2 units of trebuchet to punch some holes in the wall, and then he won't have to use the siege equipment to get access to the city. So let's go ahead and take a look at the defenders. And now we come to the defending forces on the battlefield, and we begin the army comps by taking a look at the Kingdom of England, commanded by Diamond Piggy. And Diamond Piggy was the one who sent in the replay, or he posted it on my Discord, and both Diamond Piggy, who is known as Bloxy, and Shark, who's playing as Sicily, are active members in my Discord. So thanks for organizing the battle, guys. I do really appreciate it. But on the walls here, we've got a couple of units of retinue longbowmen, and they are slicing their fingers across their throat, so they are confident that they are going to be holding and seeing off the Spanish and the Sicilians in this siege battle. But the retinue longbowmen are there on the walls. We also have 1 unit of dismounted feudal knights over here, but the rest of the feudal knights are on the second layer walls. We've got feudal knights here. We've got some feudal knights here, and then I believe we had some feudal knights here as well. So I think he has 4 to 5 units of them. He also has some cavalry here, which is in the front of the city. We've got a unit of Hospitaller Knights there. We have another unit of Hospitaller Knights and a Templar Knight. We've also got a unit of Heavy Bill Militia here, and then on this side we have 2 units of Heavy Bill Militia. So he's got 3 units of Heavy Bill Militia, 2 units of Hospitaller Knights, and 1 unit of Templar Knights, and then he has also brought a trebuchet to the battlefield as well. And that pretty much rounds out his force. If I did miss anything, we will take a look at it during the actual battle. So let's go ahead and take a look at his ally. The final defending army on the battlefield today is Scotland, commanded by Frayne Weatherstock, and I had to actually read that name so I didn't make a mistake. But he has deployed a lot of his forces on the outer walls as well with the English longbowmen. We've got some Highland archers here on the walls, but they are well defended by 4 units of noble pikemen here, just at the feet of the walls, or the base of the walls, I should say. And we also have 3 units of noble swordsmen here as well. Very powerful units, and also probably could go toe-to-toe with the chivalric knights and the Norman knights. I don't know about the conquistadors, though. We'll have to see how that goes. But the rest of his troops are scattered in and about the second layer wall. We have more noble Highland archers here. We've got more noble swordsmen, and we've actually got a good defense here in the center of Galloglyke. 4 units of Galloglyke. These guys are very strong two-handed units, so hopefully they'll come in clutch for the final stand. But that is it for the army comps, guys, so let's go ahead and get to the battle. Alright guys, welcome to the battlefield, and as you can see we have these Spanish chivalric knights moving up under a hail of fire arrows, but they've got their 3 siege towers to the walls, but unfortunately one of them is already burning. That is really tough to see. So this chivalric unit is not going to be able to get up onto the walls, but thankfully the other 2 did make it there. Looks like the fire arrows of the retinue longbowmen were heavily focused on the chivalric knights, but I think that the siege tower burning was a lucky couple of shots from the actual tower itself, as it looks like most of them are focusing the chivalric units as they're trying to retreat. This is such an expensive unit, and you don't want to lose your expensive units this early on. However, we do have the artillery piece, the catapult, I believe, from the Spanish, putting a hole in the wall here, and this is worrisome because we actually have some noble swordsmen moving up the wall there, although it looks like they are moving over to this choke point. However, we need these retinue longbowmen to get off the wall. If it gets hit too many more times, they will be slain as the wall crumbles. Now, I haven't uploaded a Medieval 2 battle probably since the beginnings of my channel, so I wasn't really sure about the volume settings, so hopefully they aren't too quiet and aren't too loud for you guys. I do love having that classic medieval soundtrack going on in the background, but I have like the speech down way low because I remember in the cutscenes, the guy would just absolutely be screaming, letting me know that the wall was down, so I've got that turned way down. But hopefully the effects and the fighting sounds and the soundtrack, the music, are good for you guys. So let me know down in the comments, because I do plan to cover some more medieval content, or Medieval 2 content, in the future. But we have the Spanish chivalric knights finally making their way down off the siege tower and onto the wall. We have the noble swordsmen here bravely trying to hold them back, but we have a lot of reinforcements here from England, so it looks like the Spanish will not be able to conquer this quite as easily. And look at what's going on! We have a massive cavalry sally out here. Wow, we've got a countercharge from those chivalric knights doing a lot of damage to the English Knights Hospitaller there. It looks like they are going to try and pull away, but we've got more chivalric knights from Sicily actually moving in to try and stop the Knights Templar and Knights Hospitaller, but they are just completely ignoring the cavalry charge at the cost of one of the Hospitaller units. Looks like they are trying to pull back, the Sicilian player trying to pull back his Pavi's crossbowmen, and did the Knights Templar break? Yes, they did. Oh, so that is so hard to see, especially from a defender. That was all of his cavalry, I believe, Diamond Piggy's cavalry. He's got 1 unit of Hospitaller fighting the armored sergeants, though, so Shark actually moving up some spearmen to challenge the English Hospitaller Knights. And then, of course, we do have the brave chivalric knights from the Spanish defending their allies. So really good teamwork there, actually cleaning up that cavalry sally out, and it looks like the defenders unfortunately didn't do too much damage. You can see over here we do have some deaths over here from Sicilian knights, but I'm seeing a lot of English Hospitaller knights dead on the field of battle here outside the walls. We do have the remnants of the English knights retreating back inside the gate. So how many did survive? We've actually got 16 here. I can't see, what's this? Yeah, 16 of the Hospitaller Knights surviving, and I don't know about the Templars. Templars have 9 remaining. That is really tough to see. The third unit of Hospitallers is 9. So about 30 cavalry out of, what, it was 80, 160, like 240, something of that nature. So that is really tough to see. Now, the people Shark and Ebloxy who sent this in to me did say that this is a battle that gets quite laggy, so we'll see exactly how laggy it becomes, but I just can't not cover it. Like, I haven't covered a Medieval 2 Siege in so long, and the nostalgia there for me is just hyping me up. I'm so excited to see these Feudal Knights in melee after all these years. But, okay, so it looks like we do have some Spanish Chivalric Knights making it up onto the wall. Now, the problem with that is that we have the Retinue Longbowmen here just getting some choice shots with those flaming arrows into their flanks. And it looks like the Spanish are going to be the first ones to actually make it down off the walls into the city itself. Now, the Chivalric Knights are down to 72. I think the unit started with 120. However, we've got some peasant archers moving up. We've got the cavalry moving up as well. Not sure why he's moving his cavalry up, though. We do have some Pavi's crossbow and trying to skirmish. We've got a very depleted unit of dismounted Norman knights over here. I think they're just waiting to defend against any possible saliotes from cavalry. The Scottish player here, very well aware. He took his archers off the wall, so I believe Shark has stopped firing at that for now. But how are things looking? It looks like the Noble Swordsmen are successfully fighting off the Chivalric Knights. However, over here, things are not looking as good. Let's zoom down into... Yeah, it is a bit laggy, but zoom down into this and see... did he catch the Retinue Longbowmen in melee? He actually did. However, we do have some Feudal Knights here to help as well. Come on, boys, come on! And there we go, the Chivalric Knights have broken. And we have, what is this? Is this, yeah, more Feudal Knights are coming down to aid. But I think that, the Chivalric Knights being broken there, the danger has subdued for now. However, we do have a large bit of wall coming down over here. We've got the peasant archers starting to fire up and over the walls. I'm not sure what they're planning to focus on, but we've got a lot of English archers over here that the peasant archers are going to have to contend with. Although, I guess if the English begin to fire down on those peasant archers, it's better that than a more elite unit like the Conquistadors. We've got some more Chivalric Knights climbing up the back of the tower here. I love how the Medieval 2 towers were open, so you could see them ascending to the top before they move up and over the walls. But yeah, at this point, I think it's still only 2 choke points. Okay, there we go. So it looks like we did have an opening here for the Sicilians. However, the Scottish player, I'm just going to call him Frayne for this, but he is well prepared here with the unit of Noble Pikemen. I think he may actually try and move it out of the way, though, just in case Shark tries to fire that trebuchet through. Or no, he might just be trying to readjust it, but that is a little risky, because Shark could use that trebuchet to fire through this choke point and start whittling down the Noble Pikemen. Looks like he's just going to go for another hole in the main wall. I think the Pavi's crossbowmen as well were starting to focus on these pikemen. So hopefully Frayne notices that and kind of moves them out of the way, and then he can put them back into position once the Sicilians are moving forwards. How are things looking over here, though? Spanish desperately trying to push through. It looks like they're still sending units up on the walls here. Actually, we've got our first conquistadors coming up off the siege tower here to face the Noble Swordsmen. So we'll see how the conquistadors fare against these Noble Swordsmen here. But I don't know if it's a good idea to actually just charge through this breach. We'll have to see. I don't know if he's planning to do that or not, but I don't think that they've captured the gates or anything. Do we have another sally out here? We have the Knights Hospitaller coming out again. It looks like they did get a good charge on the depleted unit there of dismounted Norman Knights. So it looks like they will be defeated, but all of this cavalry here... yeah, we've got like two men in this Templar unit. 11 in the Hospitaller, and I think, yeah, that was the only 2 that did come out. So, very brave last attempt by the English cavalry, but looks like the Spanish cavalry, again, very well aware of that, and he's able to lock it down pretty quickly. Let's zoom out and see what else is going on. Yes, we've got a second choke point being put in, or another hole being put into the main wall. They have to think, though, that they've still got another layer of walls to go through after this, so maybe saving some of that ammunition wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. However, Shark does have 2 units of trebuchet, so he might be okay. I'm not sure if you can get siege towers through the main wall in Medieval 2 and then use it on the second layer wall of the fortress, but we'll see as the siege battle progresses. And yeah, look at all those arrows raining down on the noble pikemen here. They were at 150 before. They're down to 137. Yeah, so Shark really softening up the Scottish defenses over here. We do still have quite a few Highland archers up here on the walls, though. So if they do, if they are ranging some of these elite units like the Norman Knights that Shark has parked here, he will start to even the score. We've got another unit of dismounted Norman Knights moving up as well with the units of Pavi's crossbowmen. I think Shark does realize that his elite units are being shot to bits, so he is trying to move them a bit further out of range. But yeah, I wouldn't charge in just yet. Yeah, this is a good plan. Very classic Medieval 2 thing to do is park your Pavi's crossbowmen right up there and begin firing through that choke point. Now, the Highland archers are going to begin raining down upon them, and you can see all the arrows are actually coming down on the dismounted Norman Knights. So 2 out of his 5 Norman Knights are being shot at. I'm not sure if I like those odds, especially as an attacker. Let's go ahead and take a look at what else is going on over here. Okay, so yeah, the Conquistadors are starting to push back those noble swordsmen. They're down to 73, although the Conquistadors are down to 82. However, that could be due to the fact that we have so many of these retinue longbowmen just firing down upon them. Let's get some good views of the fighting here on the walls. Of course, a lot slower paced than the medieval Kingdoms 12-12 combat. The combat animation's a lot faster in that one. There we go. Yep, starting to cut down some of those noble swordsmen. I just want to see one of these kill animations up nice and close. Come on. Camera moves so fast in Medieval 2. There we go. Well, that wasn't a kill animation, though. I love the one where he, like, sweeps the feet and then stabs him while he's on the ground to finish him off. Look at those heavily armored conquistadors just shrugging off the blows from the noble swordsmen. Let's quickly take a look at what else is going on. We almost have a bit of a sally out over here from all of these retinue longbowmen, but they're being cut to pieces by the conquistadors. Spanish player realizes this. He's really capitalizing on this. And I believe, are these archers broken yet? It doesn't look like they are, but they are being slaughtered outside these walls. Come on, Diamond Piggy, pull those archers back. What? Oh, okay, I had a panic attack. I was like, no way did the archers break those units of conquistadors, but it was a unit of chivalric knights. We do have some noble pikemen here as well holding in this choke point, but I think that over here... Okay, what's going on here? Oh, so he did move his noble pikeman out of the way, but he must not have noticed that. And with the second choke point here, we have the Norman Knights actually flanking around the noble Highland archers, or sorry, just the Highland archers, and breaking them. Oh, that is not good. However, I think that they are formed up pretty well here to defend. But I don't think that Shark's just going to charge headlong into the pikemen. He's probably going to consolidate his position here. He can actually go up onto the walls and go through here and then flank around the pikemen. That would be definitely a good opportunity for him. But right now he's just slowly gathering his forces. Very calm, cool, and methodical. These archers should come back, and they have. Looks like he did lose 2 of those units, though. And it's looking like it's going to... it's going to be a retreat from the walls, or at least these first line of walls from the defenders. Had like 7 brain farts in a row there. My apologies, guys. Oh, I'm doing this after a very long work day. Very long. Yes, conquistadors. I am impressed with these noble swordsmen, though. These noble swordsmen are holding. But look at this guy over here in the front. 2 swings of his sword and kills 2 Scotsmen. What a beast. Although now the noble swordsman's starting to bloody him up, although he's bloodying up the noble sword as well. Well done. Yes, so those walls are slowly being conquered by the Spanish. I might think about moving the noble noble pikemen out of here as well, and also saving these Highland archers. But look at all of the Sicilian units that have moved into the city now. We've got 2 of them breaking. Looks like Frayne is just going to pull back his noble pikemen. Hopefully he'll be able to get them out in time, though, because I do see that we have some very fresh Sicilian chivalric knights riding through the city, hoping to cut off some of the retreating units here. Look at all these units that are making a mad dash for the second layer of walls. Go, go, go. And of course, we don't have any defending cavalry to protect this stream of defenders from getting to the second layer of the fortress, because the Scottish player actually didn't bring any cavalry whatsoever, and the English have already expended their cavalry. But look how close these chivalric knights are. I would continue them around. This is a perfect opportunity to catch 7 or 8 of these English units, not to mention all of these Scottish units here. That will not make it out. Also, this trebuchet, there's no chance he's going to be able to get that out of there as well. These poor noble pikemen trying to just desperately make a last stand here, but now we've got the Spanish chivalric knights in here as well. And we have some Pavi's crossbowmen setting up to begin firing on the noble swordsmen, but that is not even needed, as the conquistadors, bloodied as they are, managed to break that unit on the battlefield. But I need to zip across over here and see what is going on. Oh, why are you letting them all go in, Shark? What? No, that is a perfect I think he's probably worried about all the noble Highland archers that are on the walls here. But that would have been an epic charge right into the flanks of all of these units. Okay, and we do have the defending cavalry coming out. 3 Hospitaller Knights. That is pretty boss of them, though. I would definitely give them the biggest kahunas award for riding out here. I think they're trying to defend the remaining Scottish forces that have no hopes of getting inside the city. Yes, and finally we have the Chivalric Knights being activated. Is he going to charge into the back of this? I definitely would try and charge into that if I was him. Come on, come on, come on, come on. What are you doing? There we go. Is this going to be an epic charge? Put your lances down, my dudes. What is that? Oh, they didn't quite get the uphill charge that I was looking for. However, this has cut off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Scottish units from making it back to the city alive. The noble pikemen, they're just going to let go, though. This noble pikemen, do they have their pikes down? They're kind of have their pikes down. Good cycle charging there, though, by the Chivalric Knights. That is going to damage these Feudal Knights. They're down to 73 now. Yeah, ride around, go after this depleted unit of Noble Swordsmen. Any units that don't make it back to the second layer of walls is a good thing for the attackers. The balance of power is pretty even. It's 31% of the allies killed. So that would be the defenders, and 32% of the enemies. The noble swordsman actually doing a great job against these chivalric knights here. My goodness, they're just not getting any good charges off. Their lances are not down. Like, what was that? Like, oh man, that is unfortunate. Although, there we go, the Highland archers being broken are going to be cut down and also captured by the chivalric knights of Sicily. But that noble pikeman unit actually made it back to the town center. How in the world is that possible? But look at all the defenders that are here in this second layer of walls. Don't forget we have units over here as well. Fresh units of noble pikemen and noble swordsmen. We have more noble Highland archers. These are the noble Highland archers too. So they're more heavily armored than the basic Highland archers. We've got the Spanish general's bodyguard actually riding around over here. Very ballsy indeed, being in range of those towers like that. Okay, we do have the trebuchet crew. They are engaged in melee. That's the lances down charge. What happened, though? I guess because the unit broke, the lances stopped their charge, maybe? And just moved into capture mode? I don't know. How are the chivalric knights doing, though? They have blocked that unit of noble swordsmen from getting back, and there we go. They have routed on the battlefield, but not before taking down many a Sicilian knight in this engagement. Look at the brave Scots. And they also effectively tied down these two units, allowing not only that noble pikeman unit to get back, but also the other units that were retreating as well. We had a couple units of depleted noble swordsmen that made it as well. And in fact, this unit might actually make it there and to the town center and then rally again. So those brave Scottish warriors, definitely the MVPs so far in this battle. But the Sicilian cavalry just sitting here right in range of the towers. That's not ideal. Oh yes, well done. Okay, I did not see this in the army comps, but they do have 2 units of ladders. That is perfect. Good, so they'll be able to use the ladders to get up onto the walls, and it looks like they may try and focus this corner here. I think that's a pretty good shout, because this wall here with the gate and also the noble Highland archers there, that's going to be very hard to take on. But in this little corner here, we've got 1 unit of noble Highland archers. I guess there is kind of 3 towers nearby, but yeah, we'll see what happens. He has three ladders, it looks like, or 3 sets of ladders. I just don't want him to keep his units sitting here like this. These chivalric knights need to just ride away. Look at all the arrows actually coming up over the buildings here and raining down on the chivalric knights. That is not what you want to do, is throwing away these very valuable units like this. Okay, yes, here we go. We've got the conquistadors moving up to the walls with their ladders. Will they face much resistance? There is nothing up on that section of the wall. But the Sicilian cavalry is not helping. They are really trying to get those ladders into place, but it is a big mess right now. What's going on, boys? There we go. They're straightening it out. They're straightening it out. There we go. Yep. Oh, no. What are you guys doing? Oh, man. I remember the first time I did manual labor, guys. It's alright. Oh. Once you get those calluses on your hands, the real working hands, then maybe you can put a ladder up in without 6 hours. 6 hours of setup time. There we go. That's it. Good work, boys. Good work. So the ladders are on the walls. The conquistadors should begin their climb there. We've actually got 4 sets of ladders. Okay. Good. So yeah, he could actually put one up on this far point here. And I would honestly put one up over here and one up over here. I wouldn't split my ladders between the 2 choke points. It'd be better to just focus on one in particular. Well, let's zoom down here. This is epic here. We've got the conquistadors climbing the second layer of the fortress. We've got some Gallo-like actually marching below the wall there. And we have the great conquistadors finally getting into melee here on the second layer of this fortress. We should, it's probably a good idea to stop firing with those peasant archers, though, because they are getting quite a bit of friendly fire on the conquistadors, hitting them in the back there. And the conquistadors, what's it saying? Victory seems certain for the Scottish, but once the full might of the conquistadors gets up there, I think that... How are they shaken? Oh, no. That's not good. We do have some dismounted Norman Knights climbing up there as well, though, so very good teamwork by both players. We also have the Muslim archers over here using flaming shot, and they are firing at this unit in reserve of noble swordsmen, so they're starting to get cut down as well. We've got more retinue longbowmen coming over this direction. Good. Okay, he has put another unit, or sorry, another 4 ladders here. And these conquistadors very healthy. It's a unit of 102. And all that we have here is actually some Noble Highland Archers, and they do have ammunition remaining, so if the Noble Highland Archers get stuck in melee here, that is not going to be good for the defenders. There we go, there we go. Slaughter the archers. Do we have anything else? Okay, we do have some Galloglyte coming up here to defend the archers. Although I remember back in the Medieval 2 days when I used to play it all the time that the Galloglyte, they are a very good heavily armored unit, but with the two-handed glitch, a lot of two-handed units in Medieval 2 weren't really worth it. But I don't know if they ever patched that or not, but I am hearing some walls breaking down. Who is doing that and where? I wouldn't really focus there, because you've got your ladders. I would focus maybe on this wall here would be perfect. Because then you could actually ride all your cavalry through. But let's take a look. Yeah, we've got 39% of the defenders, 40% of the attackers. So this is a very, very close battle here. Let's actually zoom down and see. Yeah, the noble swordsmen have just been overwhelmed, and they've actually been split. You can see that the unit of noble swordsmen is here. We've also got some over here. We do have a few units, or sorry, a few men from the Galloglyte, the Scottish heavy infantry, moving to support them. But with the help of the Norman Knights, it looks like the Conquistadors are going to win this engagement and get a bit of a foothold inside the second layer. And over here, they are very much in control of this area of the walls. We've got a fresh unit of Norman Knights, a fresh unit of Conquistadors, and the Galloglyte are being cut down. Yeah, you can see they're down to 85 already. Defeat seems certain for them. So that's probably not due to the unit itself, but it's due to that two-handed glitch that they have, where the animation is slower in a two-handed unit than it is in a one-handed unit. So the one-handed unit basically gets more hits off than the two-handed unit does. Look at these noble Highland archers, though, with their little buckler shields and their axes, though. That is awesome. Very cool. Again, though, the Conquistadors at the front, though, just leading the charge. Oh, yes! There we go! With the leg sweep. What a boss. Nice job. Medieval 2 animations, man. Just amazing. There's another animation. Yes, one of the Highland archers there being cut down by a Sicilian heavily armored Norman knight. The Galloglyte are pushing in further, but that's a bit of a mistake, actually, because we have more units, more Conquistadors climbing the walls here, and we have more Norman knights waiting to aid them. 102 in this unit as well, I believe. Can't see it yet because it's climbing it. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's 76, so they have taken a bit of damage. We've got a fresh unit of Galloglyte here, though. Interesting. Yeah, we've got a Galloglyte unit here, which is about to be surrounded, but then the Scottish can actually surround this Conquistador unit and effectively hit it from both sides. And what do we have in reserve here? We've got a few more units of Conquistadors. We've got the general's body, of course. We've got 2 units of armored sergeants. But I believe most of the heavy infantry for the attackers is on the walls. We do have 2 units of that pike militia as well. Oh, and the cavalry has broken. Oh no! What happened over here? I did not see this. I was focusing on the wall fight over there, but it looks like the remnants of the English and Scottish archers have obliterated the Sicilian cavalry, so that is very unfortunate. I think Shark has realized that, and he is moving all of his archers over there to exact vengeance. We've also got the Ribault as well, although I don't know if that does very much damage to walls, and you can see that the archers are already focusing that unit as well. Gallo-like are breaking, which is what I did expect. Second unit is holding very staunchly, though. Let's zoom into the fight here on the walls as well. Still, those noble Highland archers are holding. I am impressed with them. Come on, let's get some more kill animations here from those big Gallo-like. Yes, another leg sweep. Yes, boys, yes. Oh, we missed that one, sorry. Oh, yeah, there you go. You can see the Conquistador finishing off the Gallo-like unit there. Come on, Gallo-like. Yes, another leg sweep. Oh, but then perishing as he was recovering. A huge sword swipe across his face. And he has fallen as well. Now we've got 3 Conquistadors versus 1 of the Gallo-like here. And he has been killed as well. Let's quickly run over to the other side. And yes, it looks like this wall was conquered by the Spanish. We've got the dismounted Conquistadors down on the floor. And we have the dismounted Norman Knights just resting. But we have a very staunch final defense here. You can see that we have quite a few units, actually, of healthy noble pikemen that will be able to hold here for quite some time. Actually, yeah, it's 2 units, but 300 pikemen effectively holding there. Yeah, that Ribault is not going to do too much damage to that wall. He's trying to open it up, but it's only done 6% damage at this point. I think the Ribaults are more of an counter to infantry. They do a lot of damage to infantry units. Yeah, so that whole volley only did 3%. So yeah, I would probably hold off on that. If they were able to get a choke point opened up here, then it would have been able to move in. But what they can try and do, I can't remember if this settlement is attached to the walls, but you may be able to move these Norman Knights across onto these walls here, take out the Gallo-like, and then capture the gate. Then when you open the gate, you could use the Ribault to fire into the remaining defenders. But all of that was for nothing because the Ribault has burnt to a crisp outside the walls. And it looks like the defenders are the attackers are just cleaning up what remains of the defenders on the walls. We have 1 unit of the Noble Highland Archers remaining. I believe that the Gallo-like have all broken. It's good on the Noble Highland Archers holding strong, though, because it has kept this tower firing for quite some time. Let me try and zoom down a little bit closer. Is that possible? I just want to see some more kill animations. That's a little bit too close. Oh, that's perfect. Yes. Come on, let's see some good kill animations from the Conquistadors. Pushing through. We've got more Highland Archers arriving from the other side of the tower. But unfortunately, it's just more bodies to put to the sword. You can see so many of them falling so quickly. Basically, these 2 Conquistadors at the front are just slaughtering all of them. Oh, what? Oh, we've got a flank from the Sicilian Norman Knights. Now these Highland Archers have nowhere to go. That is terrifying. Being surrounded on these walls. If that was me, I would probably just jump. I would jump off the wall. Be like, nope, I'm not getting cut down from both sides. See you later. Got the Muslim archers moving up as well. So hopefully the the attackers have ammunition to spare, because they will be able to start cutting down these pikemen. This one is down to 143 at this point. However, the retinue longbowmen still have some ammunition left as well. And they are just causing mayhem for those those attackers as they try to just get their bearings and figure out how they're going to actually assault this final stand here at the town center. Zip on over here. They do have to be careful as well, Shark and Gandalfino, my goodness, dyslexic much. But they have to be careful on not to bunch up their forces too much either, because that's just going to make easier pickings for those English longbows. But it looks like we do have a good amount of archers setting up here. We've got the peasant archers, we've got some Pavi's crossbowmen. They should try and set them up right in this causeway, though, so that they don't have to fire up and over. They can just fire straight through. But it looks like we do have some good cavalry left from the Spanish player. He's got one chivalric knight left in this unit. I have no idea how it still survives and it hasn't broken from the battlefield. But this is taking a bit of time, because they have to actually move all of their units up on the walls using the ladders, because they don't have any other choke points available to them. But yes, Gandalfino is doing exactly what I was talking about. He's going to move those Pavi's crossbowmen up quite close, and then just fire directly through that causeway and start whittling down those noble pikemen. They're down to 140 already, actually. And there we go. Yep, just firing straight through. Well done there. What do we have going on here? Looks like some feudal knights are about to charge out. We've actually got some dismounted Norman knights that are ready to challenge them should they want to move out like this. It looks like Diamond Piggy's not going to go out holding back at the town center. He's actually taken the fight to the attackers here. We've got some more feudal knights over here. He needs to just lock down these archers, though. Yeah, well done there. Well done there, Diamond Piggy, charging into the archers. That is going to be a huge boon if he is able to slaughter these archers, because that means that those pikemen will be able to live on for a little while longer. How are things going over... Oh, gosh, my bad. Sorry, guys. How are things going for the English knights? They are holding. They are holding as best as they can. What do we got here? 57% of the defenders are killed, 53% of the attackers at this point. We've got the Scottish coming out as well, so we've got Frayne Weatherstock has moved out with the English in a desperate sally out here. Is this where they're going to even the score as well? I'm not sure. We do have a lot of archers that are engaged in melee right now, and a lot of archers that are actually breaking. There's not a lot of infantry down here. I guess all the infantry is still kind of being formed up, getting over these walls and then getting down into the actual fortress itself. So yeah, Pike Militia are slowly moving in, but they're just not here. They're not ready to defend. We've only got one unit here of depleted Norman Knights that's trying to hold back all of the defenders. Look at that lone Gallog-like unit, too, moving in. That is epic. Oh, he was slaughtered, though. Oh, that's unfortunate. We do have more Gallog-like coming out, though. And yes, okay, they're doing well. 59 to 54, so they are closing the gap. We do have that unit of dismounted Norman Knights. They're getting a bit surrounded. We've got feudal knights here cutting down the conquistadors. They need to lock down those Muslim archers, though. They are going to cause major problems. We've got the Gallog-like coming in as well, though, charging through and trying to lock down those Pavi's crossbowmen in melee as well. Can they do it, though? They also need to get the dismounted Norman Knights that are over here. Let's just enjoy some of the fighting here. Some good old classic medieval 2 fighting. Such a brave sally out, but it may actually pay off for them. A lot of these units... Oh, no, we're starting to see some breaking, though. Yeah, just that's the noble swordsman breaking there. I think now as more units are starting to make it in, because we've got the armored sergeants pushing in, so they have just about managed to defend their archers. Dismounted feudal knights for England are down to 20 men. The conquistadors just powering on through. Such holding power of those conquistadors. Probably one of the best infantry units in the game. I know that the Portuguese conquistadors also on par with the Spanish conquistadors. And the man count 64% to 57% at this point. So there's almost a 10% lead now for the attackers. So what do they have left remaining here? They've got a lot of archers. We've got a noble pikeman unit here. So it looks like we have 3 units of noble pikemen. We've got the heavy bill militia, retinue longbowmen, and noble swordsmen. Enemy general flees. Really? Who would that be, I wonder? Because the Spanish... Oh no! Where's the Spanish cavalry? Spanish cavalry, where are you? Oh! What happened here? Oh my goodness, what the heck happened? Do we just have a chain route from the Spanish? General's bodyguard has 41 in it. That is bizarre. That is very bizarre. What is that? Oh, wow. So now it's 67. Okay, yes. It's still 67% of the allies have killed. 59% of the enemies. But how the heck did the Spanish just chain route like that? I'm pretty sure that general is quite healthy. Chivalric Knights 34 and General's Bodyguard with 41. And now the balance of power is in favor, actually, of the defenders. What? I'm so confused at what's going on. And now it's pretty much down to the Sicilians, but we just have a mass charge here from the defenders, powering on through the Sicilian units. Just a river of men moving through. We've got the heavy billmen moving forwards. We've got more Scottish noble swordsmen. We've got English archers that have used up all their ammunition. They're just running down the dismounted Norman knights here. The Muslim archers are now stuck in a melee. And we have more routing here from Pavi's crossbowmen. The pike militia, they are formed up, but will they hold? The good old pike, yeah, that is unfortunate. The good old pikemen in Medieval 2 Total War, not very good on the best of days. And look at that, just like that, the balance of power has shifted heavily in favor of the defenders. And the man count, 69% to 67%, so it's very even now. That is insane. I just don't understand. If any of the players like Shark and Diamond Piggy, who are in my Discord, I don't know if the other two will watch this, but is there like an explanation for that? Like, did you kill the general? Like, what happened there? To have the Spanish just break like that all of a sudden. But we're coming down now to the end of the battle, and look, just like that. So I don't know if Shark admitted defeat at that point, but a very close battle. And I thought for sure that the attackers were going to have the edge there. Yeah, because the English only deploying 1,600, but then the Scottish did deploy 2,500. So I guess the man count was relatively similar, because we'd have 4,200 versus, it'd be 4,100. Yeah, so very similar. Good amount of kills here by Sicily. And a good amount of kills here by Scotland. 1,738 kills. Wow. Well done there. We can take a look at Diamond Piggy's kills here. So, he still managed to get some decent kills on his cavalry, even though he charged them in quite early on. Dismounted Feudal Knights all getting over 100 kills. Heavy Bill Militia, they moved in for the final, minute of the battle, so I expect them to be quite low. But they still captured 154 men there. Wow. Absolutely insane. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this Medieval 2 Siege, and if you have any replays, feel free to join my Discord and drop them into the replays channel. I'm always down to cover any Total War title, pretty much from Medieval 2 to the most new titles. I'm not really interested in doing Rome 1 though, because the soundtrack actually has caused issues for YouTubers with the copyright infringement. But thanks very much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And as always, I will see you in the next one.